Fall is here, hear the yell, back to school, ring the bell, brand new shoes, walking blues, climb the fence, books and...
Hi, I am Mariana Souto-Manning. Today I will break down the 2-year ethnographic study that leads to my writing the article entitled Challenging Ethnocentric Literacy Practices, Repositioning Home Literacies in a Head Start Classroom. The odd thing was that the final product wasn't the initial purpose of the study. I observed 2 Head Start teachers, Marilyn and J.W., who held college degrees but did not have state certification in early childhood education. I also observed their diverse group of students, who, although their parents were generally uneducated, they valued education and wanted their children to do well in school. 40% of these preschool families met the federal guidelines for poverty. Head Start families represent a higher percentage of poverty. This is one of the main reasons why they are a part of this program, which was created as early intervention for disadvantaged children, children of color, and sought to fix them according to the standards of the dominant white middle-class culture, ultimately making up for their inappropriate, culturally and linguistically diverse home environments, so that they can succeed in formal schooling and break the cycle of poverty. Throughout my study, I noted the influences of Floridian culture circles on in-service teacher education and how these 2 teachers applied their learnings to co-create a curriculum that combined home and school literacy practices to produce a meaningful early education experience for their diverse group of students.
Learn to spell, nouns and books and show and tell. Playtime we will throw the ball, then back to class, through the hall. Teacher marks our height against the wall. The teacher marks our height against the wall.
I see literacy in a whole new way now. Before the teacher study, if someone would ask, like, what's literacy mean to you? I would have been like, reading books to children and having, print on the mirror. But I think now I realize, oh, it's so much more than that, than just books and words around the classroom. For example, dramatic playing in the hall, pretending to talk on the phone while cooking the meal, like that. It's totally early literacy.
One day Jake was playing in the housekeeping area and said to Kira, "The mama, she want to buy her some greens, beans, and fried chicken." Kira said, "You mean you going over there?" as she pointed to the restaurant, "trying to get some fried chicken?" Jake then walked over to the restaurant area and asked for fried chicken and green beans. He received a plate full of plastic food. Later, Jake wrote in the Post-it book he had been creating, "If you want fried chicken, this grocery store don't have none."
I learned to watch and understand what they were doing. Instead of trying to get them back on task, I learned a lot by doing that. JW agrees with me. She learned that a lot of times a completely unexpected situation created a great opportunity for learning, but we had to step back and watch to try to figure out what was going on instead of getting them to do what we wanted them to do.
As students currently enrolled in LST 400, and as we come close to the culmination of this course, we are now able to connect Souto-Manning's article to other articles we read and discussed throughout the semester, such as Vygotsky, The Prehistory of Written Language. Souto-Manning refers to Vygotsky when she states that language and literacy development are interdependent and develop as children engage in interactions with more skilled partners in various communities of practice. In other words, children develop their literacy skills through simple communication with their peers and teachers at school, as well as with their parents and friends at home and in their community. In every environment a child's placed, they will be engaged in literacy development throughout communication and play. Freire, Pedagogy of the Oppressed. Souto-Manning holds true the teachings of Freire. Paulo Freire challenged the traditional system of education, in which the teacher teaches and the student learns. He calls this the banking concept of education, in which the students are only around to receive, file, and store deposits, not to make any deposits of their own. It is important to take into account the cultures and communities the students come from and the skills they possess. So we as teachers can create an integrated curriculum where the students learn and teach simultaneously. Dyson's weaving possibilities. Dyson suggests weaving as an approach to teaching students in which a child's progress in any activity is supported by their experiences in varied activities. Souto-Manning proved this to be true in her study, as she emphasized the importance of the student's life experiences. Everything a student does is intentional and comes from learned experiences. Each experience helps them grow and develop their literacy skills.